State and county emergency agencies are getting ready for the storm this morning with a meeting in about 15 minutes. Former State Civil Defense Vice Director Ed Teixeria joins us now with more on what goes into this planning. Aloha and good morning, Ed. Thank you so much for stopping by with us.
Hey, good morning, Sam. Thank you for having me.
This is a potential very rare event. Not too often that we get a direct hurricane strike. It's only happened a few times in the state's history. If this were to happen, what kind of planning goes into helping the state get ready for this?
Oh, yes, there's a lot of planning. There's a lot of planning. Years ago when I was working for State Civil Defense, we developed with the help of FEMA funding and the work of FEMA and many, many others across industry, all government agencies, we work on a catastrophic hurricane plan. And after I left, I think the plan was updated once. So from my perspective, the state and counties do have the plans in place to do a good response and a recovery effort, no matter what the size of the storm. And by the way, the scenario we used was a Category 4 hurricane storm striking Oahu. So with that, you can just kind of tailor the plan, modify the plan to make sure all pieces are in place for protecting people. And that should be the phase we're in right now, or I should say what government is in right now, is to save lives. Of the myriad of things to do, I used to kind of just bring things down in perspective, and that is to save lives and prevent property damage.
When you look at this storm right now, projected to strengthen, it is a tropical storm Lala right now, projected to strengthen into a low-level Category 1 storm. When you look at this, what are you most concerned about?
One, we're kind of used to storms brewing in the south part or the south of us and passing by to the south, and occasionally like Hurricane Isel or Tropical Storm Lala in 2014 that smacked right into Puna. And there've been other storms that have brushed by and all of that. And so, I think people are kind of used to the idea of storms getting close and then storms therefore kind of creeping away. And so my main concern is, some folks out there that may be just kind of like taking this for granted as another storm that's going to pass by. But from my perspective, after looking at the analyses for weather service analyses for about 2 days now, that is too close for comfort. And again, this is just a reminder. 12 years ago, we had tropical storm or a barely Hurricane Isel that struck Puna. I was doing some pro bono work for the state at that time, and I managed to get into the impacted area 2 days after the storm, and I was just appalled at the disaster that I saw, particularly from the albizia trees in that area. There are a lot of albizia trees, and they're so brittle and they're so tall, and just to see that kind of destruction. So this storm is coming by us or at us, and it's too close for comfort. It can bump up a little bit north and really do some damage to the Big Island.
Ed, I can speak on that also. I went a few months after Isel had hit. The albizia trees still out there. Obviously, it took crews a long time to clean those out because there were so many out there on the ground. I remember 10 years ago, the remnants of Darby hit Oahu. We had some heavy impacts, big-time flooding on the H1 freeway. And then, of course, these March Kona low storms that we had, Ed, kind of a wake-up call for a lot of people who might have disaster fatigue, being that we had these incredible flooding events. What do you think that state officials can learn from these flooding events that we did have in March that they can apply to this storm?
Well, I think from what I can see, watching your channel and basically watching your channel as to see what's going on, I think the state, from the governor on down, all the county mayors are pretty well aware of the flooding impact. And I don't think things have changed, but when I was working for the state in civil defense, the number one hazard in the state of Hawaii was flooding. Not hurricanes, not tsunami, it was flooding, because we can see flooding events all year long. My heart just broke when I saw Haleiwa, and even here on the Big Island, we had some flooding events caused from that Kona low. So when you look at, if we're lucky and that storm, Lala, stays to the south of us and barely clips us, we're still gonna have a serious rain event. And I'd like to add that even when you look at that Kona low that we had and other storms, it's days after, as we see the effects, the tail end of these systems, whether it's a tropical depression or a tropical storm, that tail end still brings us a lot of rain. And with rain can be flooding, mudslides, all the other effects and consequences from that.